Hello friends, welcome to my channel Learning Electronics. In this lecture, we are going to study load commutated chopper. In the previous classes, we have covered voltage commutated and current commutated chopper. So if you want to see those videos, you can check it in the channel playlist. So before starting this video, please subscribe my channel and also press the bell icon so that you can get more updated videos from here. In the load commutation, the conducting thyristor is turned off by two ways. First, when the load current through the conducting thyristors becomes zero due to nature of load circuit parameters. Second, when the load current is transferred to other device from the conducting thyristors. So this is the circuit diagram of the load commutated chopper. Here you can see we are using four thyristors T1, T2, T3 and T4, one freewheeling diode DF and one capacitor C. Here we are considering again as we have considered in the voltage commutated chopper and current commutated chopper that the load is highly inductive and the current through the load will be continuous in ripple free in nature. In this, as four thyristors are connected, so when T1 and T2 is in the on condition, at that time T3 and T4 will be in the off condition, and when T3 and T4 are in the on condition, at that time T1 and T2 thyristor will be in the off condition. So that means when one pair of SCRs in the on condition, the other pair of SCRs will be in the off condition in the load commutated chopper. Therefore, when T1 and T2 is on, at that time the commutation components for commutating these both on thyristors will be T3, T4 and capacitor C, and when T3 and T4 are on, at that time the commutation components for turning off this T3 and T4 will be T1 thyristor, T2 thyristor and capacitor C in the load commutated chopper. Now we will study the working of load commutated chopper. This load commutated chopper consists of three modes of operation: mode 1, 2 and 3. The mode 1 starts from time t is equal to 0 and goes up to time t is equal to t1. So initially we are assuming that this capacitor C is charged with voltage of plus Vs, that is with a positive source voltage Vs. So when the capacitor voltage is equal to plus Vs, that means the upper plate of the capacitor will be negative and lower plate of the capacitor will be positive. Due to this capacitor voltage, T1 thyristor and T2 thyristor goes into the forward bias condition because this negative will come here and this positive will come to the P side of this T2 thyristor. Okay. So because of this T1 and T2 goes into the forward bias condition, whereas this T3 and T4 thyristor will go into the reverse bias condition and they will act as open circuit, as you can see. Now what happens at time t is equal to 0, this T1 and T2 thyristor is given trigger pulse. When these two both thyristors given trigger pulse, they goes into the on condition and they starts conducting the current. That means they will act as closed switch, as you can see in this diagram. Okay, now the load current starts flowing from the source to load through this T1 thyristor, capacitor and T2 thyristor, as you can see with red arrow line here, as the capacitor is already charged with plus Vs. So slowly the capacitor voltage will decrease to 0 and again the capacitor is charged with negative polarity. That means plus on the upper plate of the capacitor and minus on the lower plate of the capacitor. That means during this time t is equal to 0 to t1, the capacitor voltage changes linearly from plus Vs to minus Vs, whereas the load voltage V0 falls from plus 2Vs to 0. Now how we get this plus 2Vs here? When we apply KVL in this loop, we will get plus Vs. Then for this voltage across capacitor, we will get plus Vc, then minus of V0 is equal to 0. So when we put Vc is equal to Vs here, what we will get? V0 is equal to 2Vs. So at time t is equal to 0, the voltage across the load will be equal to plus 2As. So here you can see the capacitor current will be equal to the load current I0, because the capacitor current will flow like this. So the direction of the capacitor current, load current will be same. Therefore, the load current will be equal to the capacitor current in this mode of operation. Now we will understand the waveforms in the first mode of operation. This shaded area shows the first mode of operation here. As we have discussed in the voltage commutated, current commutated chopper, that we always consider the load current to be continuous and ripple free. That means we are considering the load to be highly inductive in nature. So here also we will consider the load current to be continuous in nature. Here you can see in the first mode of operation what is happening. Voltage across the capacitor is equal to plus Vs, then it will go to 0 and again it will changes to minus of Vs at time t is equal to T1, and the voltage across the load changes from plus 2 Vs to 0 during this interval. As we have discussed, the load current will be equal to capacitor current. So capacitor current will be taken is equal to load current in this mode of operation. In this mode of operation, the freewheeling diode is off. Therefore, the freewheeling diode current will be equal to 0. Now comes the current through the conducting thyristors. The T1 and T2 thyristor is conducting. Therefore, the current through these thyristors will be equal to the load current because all these devices are connected in series with the load. The thyristor 3 and thyristor 4 are in non-conducting state. Therefore, current through them will be equal to 0. T1 and T2 thyristors are on. So, ideally, they will act as short circuit. That means voltage across these devices will be equal to 0. Now voltage across the non-conducting thyristor T3 and T4. Here you can see at time t is equal to 0. When we apply KVL in this loop, what we will get? We will get VT3 is equal to minus of Vs, and when we apply KVL in this loop, we will get VT4 is also equal to minus Vs. Okay. So we are getting here at time t is equal to 0, VT3 and VT4 is equal to minus Vs, and when the voltage across the capacitor changes to minus Vs at time t is equal to T1, then at that time voltage across thyristor number 3 and thyristor number 4 will be equal to plus Vs. So this is all about first mode of operation. Now second mode of operation goes from time t is equal to T1 to T2. Here what happens? Now the capacitor voltage polarity will be like this. That means it will be positive on the upper plate and negative on the lower plate. That means here the voltage across the capacitor will be equal to minus of Vs. Now because of this voltage across the capacitor, what happens? This plus will go here and this minus will go here. So this T1 and T2 thyristor will go into the reverse bias condition and they goes into the off condition. This thyristor T3 and T4 will go into the forward bias condition. Means in this mode of operation, T3 and T4 will be in the forward bias condition, whereas T1 and T2 will be in the reverse bias condition. They will act as open circuit. We know the property of thyristor that until and unless we give a trigger pulse, they will not conduct even they are in the forward bias condition. So T3 and T4 will not conduct even they are in the forward bias condition. Okay, so they will act as open circuit only because they will not conduct any current. So in this mode of operation, all the thyristor will act as open circuit, as you can see in this diagram. So because of this voltage across the capacitor only, this T3 and T4 thyristor will be in the forward bias condition. So voltage across this T3 and T4 thyristor will be equal to plus Vs in this mode of operation. When we apply KVL in this loop and when we apply KVL in this loop, we will get this voltage only. Now at time t is equal to T1, in the mode 2 operation, what happens? The capacitor is slightly overcharged. So this capacitor is slightly overcharged by a voltage del V. So as soon as this capacitor is slightly overcharged, what happens? This freewheeling diode starts conducting because it goes into the forward bias condition and it starts conducting a current IFD. Now a current flows in this loop consisting of freewheeling diode and the load. So since this current is flowing in the form of whale, this process is called as freewheeling process. So in this mode of operation, the freewheeling diode current will be equal to the load current. Now here you can see everything is in the open circuit. That means no current will flow. So the capacitor will not get any part to discharge itself. Therefore, the capacitor voltage will remain at minus of Vs in the mode 2 operation till time t is equal to T2. In this mode of operation, since this short circuit created by this freewheeling diode coming across the load voltage across the load V naught will be equal to 0 here, and the voltage across the non-conducting thyristors T1 and T2 will be equal to minus del V, because the capacitor is overcharged with this much of voltage of del V. Now coming to the output waveforms for the mode 2 operation from time t is equal to T1 to T2, this is shown by this shaded area. So here you can see the voltage across the capacitor is constant from time t is equal to T1 to T2, because the capacitor is not getting any path for discharge itself. So as the capacitor is not getting any path for discharge itself, the capacitor current will be equal to 0 in the mode 2 operation. And as the short circuit created by the freewheeling diode comes across the load voltage will be equal to 0 in this mode of operation. The freewheeling diode current will be equal to the load current I naught. As the thyristor 1 and 2 are in the non-conducting state, that means they are in the reverse bias condition, the current through this thyristor will be equal to 0, and the current through the T3 and T4 thyristor will also be equal to 0. Even though they are in the forward bias condition, they are not in conducting state. Now the voltage across the T3 and T4 thyristor will be equal to plus Vs as we have studied here, and the voltage across the T1 and T2 thyristor will be equal to minus of del V. So this is all about second mode of operation. Now we will study the last mode of operation, that is third mode of operation. So at t is equal to T2, what is the voltage across the capacitor? It will be equal to minus Vs, that is upper plate of the capacitor is positive, lower plate of the capacitor will be negative. So what happens because of this voltage across the capacitor? T3 and T4 is in the forward bias condition as we have studied in the mode 2 operation also. So at time t is equal to T2, T3 and T4 given trigger pulse. So when they are given trigger pulse, they starts conducting the current and they will act as closed switch as you can see in this diagram, and T1 and T2 thyristor will be in the reverse bias condition because of this voltage across the capacitor. Now what happens? The load current starts flowing in this circuit as you can see with the red arrow line from source to load through thyristor T4 capacitor, then thyristor T3. Now what happens? The capacitor voltage changes linearly from minus Vs voltage to plus Vs voltage. At the same time, the load voltage falls from plus 2Vs to 0. So as soon as this thyristor T3 and T4 starts conducting, the voltage across the load becomes 2Vs, but when the voltage across the capacitor goes to plus Vs, then the load voltage becomes 0 here. Okay, so when we apply KVL in this loop, what we will get? By KVL we will get plus Vs, then here again plus Vs we will get, then minus of V naught is equal to 0. V naught will be equal to 2Vs. Now when the capacitor changes its polarity to plus Vs, that means upper plate will be negative, lower plate will be positive. Then again if we apply KVL, so what will be our equation at time t is equal to T3? This is at time t is equal to T2. So at time t is equal to T3, when we apply KVL in this loop, what we will get? Plus Vs, then minus of Vs minus of V naught is equal to 0. This minus Vs and this plus Vs get cancelled out and we will get load voltage is equal to 0. Therefore, when the capacitor voltage changes linearly from minus Vs to plus Vs, the voltage across the load falls from plus 2Vs to 0. So in this mode of operation, the load voltage changes from plus 2Vs to 0. Now the load current is flowing in this direction. Now in this mode of operation, what happens? The capacitor current will be equal to the minus of I naught, because now the capacitor voltage has changed its polarity. So the capacitor current will be equal to minus of load current in this third mode of operation. Now let us see the output waveforms quickly. This is the shaded area which shows the mode 3 operation. So here you can see the voltage across the capacitor is changing from plus Vs to minus Vs. As this voltage is changing from plus Vs to minus Vs, the voltage across the load is changing from plus 2Vs to 0. Now the capacitor current will be equal to the minus of load current because of the change in polarity in this mode of operation as compared to mode 1 operation. Freewheeling diode is again off in the mode 3 operation. So the freewheeling diode current will be equal to 0. T1 and T2 thyristor will be off in the mode 3 operation, therefore the current through them will be equal to 0. Now the third thyristor and fourth thyristor are in conducting state. So as the thyristor 3 and thyristor 4 are connected in series with the load, the current through them will be equal to the load current I0. Again, the voltage across the thyristor 1 and thyristor 2 will be equal to minus Vs at time t is equal to T2, and they will become plus Vs at time t is equal to T3. So when we apply KVL in this loop and in this loop, we will get voltage across the T1 and T2 thyristor will be equal to minus Vs at time t is equal to T2 and plus Vs at time t is equal to T3, as the voltage across the capacitor is changing from plus Vs to minus Vs. So this voltage across this non-conducting thyristor depends on the voltage across the capacitor. Now the voltage across T3 and T4 thyristor will be equal to 0 ideally, because they are acting as a short circuit when they are in the conducting mode. Again, after mode 3 operation, mode 1 operation starts. That means the cycle repeats itself after the mode 3 operation. So hope you have understood the topic. Thank you very much for watching, and please do subscribe my channel for more updates.